Hello again, and welcome to the Bernie Show here on STL Sports Central, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Hey, I would also like to thank BlueChew for sponsoring the Bernie Show. Guys, if you are having problems making hard contact at the plate, know what I mean? BlueChew can power you up for those intimate and special moments with your partner. I know what BlueChew has done for me, so I'm happy to try to encourage you to see what it can do for you. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for enhanced performance. Sign up at BlueChew.com. You're going to receive your prescription at your doorstep in a few days. It's that quick. Try your first month of BlueChew free when using the promo code Bernie. That's it. You pay $5 shipping. Promo code Bernie to get your first month free, and the only cost to you is the $5 shipping fee. Visit BlueChew.com for more details, including safety information. Coming up later in the show will be my first The Bernie Guarantee segment, brought to you by St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. Now, let's get down to business. I am Bernie Miklasz, and here at STL Sports Central, you'll see me do 5 videos and write 5 columns each week. You can also catch me frequently throughout the week on multiple programs, KMOX FM and AM. Today's topic is Alec Burleson underrated? Have we been underrating him? I think I have. I don't know about you, but I'll raise my hand and say, yeah, I think I have underrated him. And I think my soul searching was kind of stimulated by the news of Burleson winning the Silver Slugger in the National League for the best offensive performance by a utility player. Burleson became the 21st individual Cardinal to win a Silver Slugger, an award that's been handed out for the last 46 years. As a group, this total of 21 Cardinals collected 31 Silver Sluggers, and Burley has now moved into a Cardinals Silver Slugger fraternity that includes such prominent forces, including Albert Pujols, Ted Simmons, Jim Edmonds, Scott Rowland, Mark McGwire, George Hendrick, Jack Clark, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Ozzie Smith, Edgar Renteria, Matt Carpenter, Matt Holliday, Yadier Molina, Keith Hernandez, Willie McGee, and pitchers Bob Force and Adam Wainwright. That's really good. Actually, let's change that to very good company for Burleson to be hanging with in franchise history. Burley had a breakout season in 2025. He batted .290. He reached base 34% of the time. He slugged .459 in a year where slugging was down by quite a bit across the major leagues. Burleson established single-season career highs for batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, doubles, and OPS plus, and he had his second highest counts for home runs and RBIs in a season. And all of that was good enough to put him ahead of teammate Brendan Donovan in the final voting for the Silver Slugger Utility Award, which is among the reasons why I believe Burley is, in fact, overrated. Many fans and media, and again, including me, have considered Donovan to be the Cardinals' best all-around position player, and I think that was true up until this past season. At least now it's a question. So what does this make Burleson? The fact that he had really a better season than Donovan offensively by more than you would think. I had to search for the right words there. Listen, I'm going to go deeper into this comparison and talk more about Burleson in a minute after I spread the news about DraftKings, and the news is getting exciting and even more exciting. Missouri, get ready. The wait is almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, coming soon to the Show Me State. As a matter of fact, as I record this video on this Friday, November the 7th, the DraftKings launch in Missouri is only 23 days away. So it's time for new Missouri customers to download the DraftKings Sports app. Do it today. And when we go live on December 1st, you just place a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. And starting November the 17th, that's 10 days from now, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri to get ready for the launch day on the first day of December. Listen, DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to enhance your game day experience, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, actions on dozens of sports, and endless ways to get in there, play, and have fun all right from your phone. And when we officially go live in Missouri, you'll be betting with the sportsbook app that is trusted by millions. It is safe, it is secure, it's got those fast money withdrawals and so much more. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab the $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be age 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after being issued. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. All righty, let's head into the second segment of the Bernie Show and my take on the underrated Alec Burleson. Burley certainly isn't as underrated as he was before because winning a Silver Slugger will raise his profile and his respect level. No, Burley isn't as good as Donovan defensively, but having said that, Donovan's defense showed obvious improvement in 2025. And like Donovan, Burleson himself plays multiple positions, which is how he got the Silver Slugger for the top hitting utility man. Now think about this for a minute. When Burleson first came to the big leagues in 2022, and we watched him play, and we watched him try to play defense, did you ever think that he would be considered a utility man? Did you ever think that he would be up for an award as a utility man, even though it's an offensive award, not a defensive award? But still, the fact that Burleson can be used in 4 different ways, because DH is one of them, is a credit to his versatility, and I don't think we've necessarily viewed him as a versatile guy. I started to change my view on that this past season because manager Ali Marmol challenged Burleson to get better defensively, and Burley worked his tail off to do just that. So Marmol had the confidence in Burleson to move him around several positions, not just where he started in games, but also the ability to move around during the games to work multiple spots when necessary. Burleson played 356 innings at first base, 327 in left field, 261 in right field. He was league average defensively at first base. He was just a tick below average in left field and not as good in right field. But the offensively challenged Cardinals needed Burleson's bat in the lineup, so any of his defensive shortcomings, and the only one that was kind of like that was right field, it was worth the trade-off. And overall, let me give you just a quick snapshot of how much he's improved. In 2023, Burleson was a -9 overall, an ounce above average defensively, no matter where he played. You add it all up, -9. Bad. In 2024, it was even worse at -10 outs above average. Bad. But in 2025, in playing 3 positions and playing more than ever, which means he'd be more vulnerable to playing bad defense, he was only -4 in outs above average, despite playing all that extra time. And that was a significant improvement over where he was the previous 2 seasons. And you say, well, Bernie Donovan's a hell of a lot better, though. You know, you got to admit that. No, actually, I don't. Last season, Brendan Donovan was, maybe it's because of the injuries, you know, he had leg problems, groin problems, foot problems, you know, all that. But last season, bottom line, Donovan was -2 overall in outs above average, which is only slightly better than Burleson's -4. Yeah, there's a difference, but it ain't that much. There was also another benefit to Burleson's upgraded defense, and this is important. So take this in. Because Marmol was comfortable using Burley at first base, left field, right field, the manager put Burleson in the lineup as a DH. Only 22 games and just 77 plate appearances. Until I looked it up this morning, I realized he was the DH that infrequently. And this was important because with Burley not having to play DH because he could play respectable defense, Marmol could use Ivan Herrera and Nolan Gorman more often at DH. Now, I know the instant reaction because some people basically vomit when they hear the name Nolan Gorman. Well, you can go look it up. You don't have to trust me. Go to Baseball Reference, look up his splits profile, look at his numbers at DH. Gorman was actually really good as a designated hitter in 2025. And say he didn't have to play the field. No, seriously, he was a good designated hitter in 2025. He had a 519 slugging percentage and an 849 OPS. What the hell's wrong with that? Nothing. And Herrera, of course, was the Cardinals' best hitter overall, but he was also a man without a defensive position. So by using Burley so often in the field, Marmol was able to plug in Herrera, Gorman, and Wilson Contreras at DH for a combined 530 plate appearances in 2025. You say, well, what was the bottom line on that? I got it. The Cardinals' overall offense from the DH spot improved 20% from where it was in 2024. I think that's significant for a team that was challenged severely on offense. So when I return for my third and final segment of today's Bernie Show, I want to discuss Alec Burleson's future as a St. Louis Cardinal. Is it time to lock him in long term? Just a thought. We'll talk about it. But first, I'm excited about this. It's time for the debut of the Bernie Guarantee, brought to you by St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. And I want to thank Andrew and his team for sponsoring the Bernie Show. So please support them. When you buy a St. Louis, when you go to St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, their low overhead means premium American-made products, priced better than the competition, and has the best price guarantee in town because they will beat any local dealer on a comparable model. With over 38 years in business and 400 plus five-star reviews, impressive. You can trust that they'll be there to service your spa long after the sale. It's St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. Please support them. Highest quality, best price. Check it out by visiting besthottubprices.com today. All right, let's get to the Bernie Guarantee. I'm going to focus on the most important Mizzou football game of the season. Mizzou hosts number 3 ranked and undefeated Texas A&M on Saturday afternoon, 2:30 kickoff locally on ABC. And it is an absolutely, no doubt about it, a must-win game for the Tigers if they hold out any hope for a chance at a spot in the college football playoff. I'm just stating the obvious. I mean, Mizzou's got to win the final 4 games, and it starts with this one. Texas A&M comes in as a 7-point favorite to win. Both teams are coming off a bye, but the Aggies are playing their 3rd consecutive road game. Listen, Texas A&M quarterback Marcel Reed's outstanding, but this will be the best and fastest defensive front 7 he has faced all season. Ahmad Hardy and the Tigers should be able to run the ball against the A&M defense. I'm not saying they're going to run wild, but they should be able to run it better than they have. And that's really important because MIZ has got to take some pressure off true freshman quarterback Matt Zollers in his first career start. He's very talented, but it is his first career start, and it's against the number 3 team in the nation and a head coach, Mike Elko, who is known for being an excellent architect of defense. Texas A&M had a phenomenal road win in Notre Dame earlier this season, as you know, but the Aggies' other 2 road wins came against the last-place Arkansas team and a totally demoralized and just chaotic LSU squad that had very little offense and was fading fast. In fact, A&M has 4 wins this season against programs that fired their coaches. I think this one's going to be close. There are 2 projection models that I pay close attention to that tell me it's going to be close. So here is the Bernie Guarantee. Mizzou will cover the spread and lose by fewer than 7 points. It'll be tight. But if I'm taking Mizzou in the points, I'm also basically going to get credit if they win. But I'm just saying, at the very least, I think they're going to cover the spread. It's going to be tight. And the key is if Mizzou can get enough stops in the second half where Texas A&M is really strong, there's going to be a chance to win this game. I hope so. I'm a Mizzou fan. Thanks again to St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. Okay, I've got some final thoughts on Alec Burleson. I don't think many, if any, people have nominated Burley as a candidate for a contract extension, but maybe it's something we ought to talk about. I think it makes some sense because I'm definitely leaning heavy that way because he's still going to be a relatively young, age 27 next season. He's an excellent contact hitter who ranked among the top 25 hitters in the majors last year, or I should say this past season, for lowest strikeout rate. He's improving offensively. The power is coming, and he still hasn't peaked. This is another thing where you should have more confidence in Burleson. You know, he's a left-handed hitter. Up until recently, he did very little. He did poorly against left-handed pitching. But after the All-Star break in 2025, Burleson performed nearly 40% above league average offensively against left-handed pitchers. That, my friends, is really impressive. And once again shows you up and up and up. He's just getting better and better and better. In 2025, Burleson's overall offensive performance put him above many notable hitters in the majors, including Manny Machado, Christian Yelich, Mike Trout, Gunnar Henderson, Seiya Suzuki, Brett Rooker, Riley Green, Randy Rosarina, and Matt Chapman. Many, many more. And if we're looking at just left-handed hitters only, Burleson ranked fourth among them in batting average in the majors with 290. His level of offense matched Cody Bellinger, who gets a hell of a lot more hoopla than Alec Burleson. And Burleson was 20th overall in hitting performance among the 70 left-handed hitters that had at least 450 plate appearances. In my opinion, with his elite contact skills and growing power, Burley's a pretty damn good bet to get even better offensively, and he should continue to supply adequate defense at three positions. To me, Burleson fits nicely into a rebuild, and he will be in his peak seasons when the Cardinals are in position to finally be ready to go play some postseason ball again. And it's not going to be all that distant in the future. It may even happen sooner than we think. I just wanted to congratulate Alec Burleson. This award opened my eyes. And this Silver Slugger has a lot more slugging on the way for the St. Louis Cardinals. Sincere thank you for watching The Bernie Show, and thanks to our sponsors at DraftKings, BlueChew, and St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday here at STL Sports Central. Thank you very much.